recently installed these bushings in a rear control arm in an SL500, I was using a new tool that I had developed to press these in while the control arm's on the car. Makes it really easy. You don't even have to take it off or take it anywhere to have it pressed in. And these were the tools I was using. I was using a socket. I was using this pipe fitting that was bored out. I was using a couple of big washers like this. Well, these are gone now. I told you that there would be a revision, that this was just my prototype. So what I want to show you in this short video is the revision that I've made to this press tool and how it works. It works very similar to the same tool that you saw in the video, but there are a few changes. You'll notice that you don't have any more loose washers. These proved to be a little bit of a problem getting everything lined up, but now with the washers attached to the tubing, you know, this goes on very quickly and it lines up very nicely. Okay, here's the bushing. Here are the two spacers that you're going to need. Notice this larger one is the one you need when you push the old bushing out. And you push the old bushing out using the same fitting that you saw in my video. And you don't have to worry about when you push the old bushing out, this is not a perfect fit. It's going to damage the rubber, but that's okay. You're pushing the old bushing out into this larger tube so it'll clear inside. Now when you go to install the bushing, this is the one you're going to use. It's a smaller tube and this has been radiused out on a 45 so it fits right on over the rubber on the bushing and fits up tight. And when you drive this in, until the edge of this tube hits the control arm and then you're all the way in and you're centered. I have provided two lengths of bolts because you're going to have, you know, one bolt length to do one operation. The three washers I'm providing, you may have to make adjustments when you're driving something in or pushing something out. So now I'll just take you through which tools you'll need to push the old bushing out and which tools you're going to need to push the new one in. This is the arrangement you're going to need when you push the old bushing out of the control arm. Sorry, I don't have a control arm here to show you. The car is already all back together. You're going to use the shorter bolt. You'll begin without any washers, no washers. You just barely be able to get this nut started. And you'll start cranking and this will start pushing it out, see, out of the control arm. Depending upon your model, if you run out of space and it bottoms out on the threads, what you need to do is just take the bolt off and add some washers in here so that it gives you more threads to keep pushing this until it's all the way out. And then when you remove the nut like this and pull this coupling off, you'll pull this out and the old bushing is going to be inside this tubing here. So it may take a little force. You may have to get a wrench on that and really reef on it. If your car is rusty or been exposed to road salt, I would recommend that you maybe soak this with some sort of rust penetrant before you begin removal. Now let me show you the setup that you're going to use to pull the new bushing into the control arm. This is the tool arrangement you will need to use to install the new bushing. Use a smaller tubing, push it right on over the rubber of either end. It doesn't matter which way you push this into the control arm until the edge of this tubing is up tight against the edge of the steel part of the bushing. Use a larger one on this other side. You see this gap here represents the gap that is the control arm, and you'll use the long 6-inch bolt and you'll be able to just get the nut started with 2 or 3 threads. That's to allow you maximum movement without having to add these washers. So as you start to screw this in, you can see that's going to take it right into the control arm, just like that. And if you should bottom out on the threads, once again, just remove the nut and you can put on 1 2 or 3 washers, depending upon how many you need, to crank this back in and install this all the way in to the control arm. So you'll find that this tool will work really slick and make a difficult job very easy for the DIY mechanic. I just want to share one more thing. Do not use cheap bushings. You're going to all the trouble to do this. Not all bushings are created equal. We sell, at this time this video is taken, because we may, who knows how long, you're going to still get the OEM bushings, and boy, they are of very high quality. So these are the only bushings that I sell on my website. You can purchase these with the press tool, or you can purchase them separately if you already have your own tool.